everyone, it's Emma,
and Anna.
and welcome back to
Tea Time!
So, it's been a while, but we're back, and we're going to discuss today's topic, which is
Bullying.
oof, yeah,
Yikes.
it's a very serious topic. But before we get into that, what's on the menu?
Oh, we have actually a yummy tea with moringa. So we have lemon, ginger, and some green herbs in there, and then the moringa with agave. So let's
Ooh.
see if Emma will like.
All right, and I know we have some cookies.
Yeah, we have actually some shortbread cookies. Some of the shortbread cookies have some vanilla cream frosting.
Ooh.
Yummy. And then some are just plain, because with the shortbread, sometimes you just want them plain. So
Yeah.
give us the option for both.
And I believe they are a certain kind of cookies.
Oh, that's right. We have Hanukkah cookies, which we have the menorah, and then we have also star cookies, gingerbread man. No, I'm sorry, not gingerbread man.
I was like, when did we get those? Okay.
Frosty the Snowman, and some trees, and candy canes.
Aw, because it is the holiday season, so we wanted to let that show as well. So now is the big moment we've all been waiting for. Now I'm about to try the tea and the cookies. So here we go. Ooh. Alright, so I'm gonna try the tea first, obviously. Oh my gosh. That's really good.
Hey.
Yay! We have a winner!
Mm-hmm. And he really has that comforting feeling going on. Especially because it's cold outside.
It's really freezing. Okay, well now,
We got the cookies.
cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, you got a little tree.
Aww.
Okay, so I'm gonna get Frosty the Snowman. No frosting.
Okay, ready? Ooh, yeah, I got frosted.
Mm.
These are really good.
Hmm.
Yep. Tea and cookies.
It's a beautiful tool to bond. Please let us know what type of cookies and teas you like.
Yeah. Or, whatever you drink. So, some people drink tea, some people drink coffee, some people drink, like iced tea or whichever kind.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this might be a good time to start.
Yeah, so we decided that we wanted to talk about, a very important matter in our lives, in all of our lives, which is the topic of bullying. Where does it come from?
It comes from all different types of places, but I feel like, it's definitely, it can be started in different places as well, but I think a lot of the time it starts when you're young, and it kind of starts in the environment that you grow up in. So whether it be the home or the school, depending on how that works out for you. But yeah, it can start from a very young age.
Yeah, so we've been talking about it for several months now, and we both agree that we could take preventative measures at home so that we won't kind of pacify the bully along with the growth, because like she said, bullying can happen in many different areas of life, in the work field, in school, in the playground, in gyms, and stars, presidents, politicians. It's just endless. It just can cross in many different facets of our world today. And if we really pay attention at home and we identify what bully look like, then we can actually say, hey, this is not right, maybe we should do things a different way. We actually talked about this topic of maybe a relative can have different areas in his life that kind of spills into the family, and he may act grumpy, like we like to call Bob, her Uncle Bob.
I don't have an Uncle Bob, just for the record. Before someone assumes I don't have an Uncle Bob, and this isn't directed to anyone who specifically has an Uncle Bob. Bob is just a name that we used.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically what she's saying is, sometimes, because I mentioned that bullying can also, or a lot of the time, it either starts at school or it starts in the home, in like different family situations, and a lot of people talk about bullying at school and stuff and how that affects children, but talking about it in family situations is also a thing, because there's definitely cases in which that happens, and it's important to acknowledge that and figure out ways to prevent that from happening. I think the thing that we were saying in regards to, like, I don't know, an Uncle Bob or something, is that sometimes relatives can have that effect, like they can tease kids or like make fun of kids or project their moods onto the children, and then that's what they kind of learn from, or they can just dismiss their feelings and kind of make fun of them for things that they don't like to be made fun of, and that has a negative effect. There's different ways in which that can happen, and then that obviously translates to then going to school and then eventually to workplaces and other events if it's not looked at and dealt with.
When a person gets bullied in school, they need a place to actually go to. And we were talking about also the importance of parents and relatives asking what's going on in the child's life, because it's not easy to go through that bullying and not have anybody to talk to. And so a lot of these things go unsaid, and then the child is silently going through trauma.
Yeah, I feel like communication between parents and children is definitely a huge factor in it, because if you like ask the children, no, how was school, and like tell me how was school, let's have a chat about what's happening, in detail, as opposed to like, oh, how was school, fine, and then it just carries on. Because a lot of the time what will happen to somebody who gets bullied is they will kind of just shut down because they feel like there is no one that they can talk to, or the person or people that are bullying them make them feel like there's no one that they can talk to, and so that tends to happen a lot. And then in the other regard, to prevent the bully from becoming a bully, it's important to, like we were saying earlier, to identify those traits as early as possible,
Mm-hmm.
so that doesn't happen, and so that they don't continue to be a bully as they get older.
Yeah, we find a correlation between, the bully himself or herself is expelling energy, and we were talking about how exhausting that must be, but then it dawned to me the fact that they don't know anything other than that. That's how they use their energy. So, and a lot of times is that the person either is getting either too much attention or too little bit attention. So we really, as a society, have to pay more attention to those little issues, because they become big issues, and then we end up, in a situation.
Yeah. It's like finding a balance between that and too much attention and too little attention, I guess, is the key, because you want to make sure that the child's life is balanced from a young age, so that they grow up feeling like, oh, okay, this is like this is the right thing to do, or this is the wrong thing to do. And that does start in the home.
Yeah, and then it's a thing of like us enabling also the bully that is already in society. Like we were talking about, not to mention Uncle Bob again, because this is not a offensive thing, but say we just let Uncle Bob just be Uncle Bob, which in a lot of family structure, people would just say like, oh, that's just Uncle Bob. He's okay. Like, I know he's a little grumpy and he's a little this, but just pay him no mind. But we've been doing that, and that's just been creating more of Uncle Bobs like that.
Yeah, and Uncle Bob has his counterpart. Yeah, I'm not about to call out another name, but aunt, someone, or whoever in the family. A lot of times it's, oh no, they're just being whoever. Don't worry about them, it's no big deal. But to the child, it is a big deal. And I feel like that needs to be acknowledged, because then one of two things happens. Is one, the child will learn that, oh, this is how people are supposed to treat me, and so they kind of, they push their own feelings aside. They will then be more of like a target to bullying, because they assume that that's how that is supposed to go, because the uncle so and so and aunt whoever, like that's how they do it, and whoever else in the family, that's kind of how it is. Or they model after these family members, and then they become the bully themselves, because they think, again, no, this is how it's supposed to be. I think it's an important thing to acknowledge, that hey, this isn't how it's supposed to be. But we as a society need to acknowledge the fact that just because somebody is a family member does not mean that they can,
or co-worker, friend,
or whoever.
And then we need, sometimes these bully and the victims, they need counseling, they need therapy, they need a environment that is gonna help them to be able to heal from this situation. And we have to be more open about that, and maybe perhaps like really welcome that understanding that it's more to life than what's in front of you at the time, because a person could just look like that they have it all together, but they don't. And I find that in a lot of cases of bullies and victims, is that we're trying to just go with the motions of life, and there's a lot being thrown at us, and we just don't have time to really validate our emotions or validate somebody else's emotions, and then we just become like very desensitized to one another and even to our own self. So what is the recommendation here for people that are ready, because we kind of covered a lot about childhood and development, like, so what do we do with the people that are in our work environment, our bosses, members of different society that have these tendencies? How do we help the victims? What do you think?
I mean, honestly, I don't know much about, like, I feel like you have to continuously have that conversation. So the same way that you would ordinarily have, my school never had them, but the same way that you would normally have bullying seminars and all that stuff, I feel like that it's a continuous conversation. I feel like those things
in the work field,
yeah,
in the schools,
I feel like they need to continuously be having environments where the conversation can be had about, hey, this
and
is
it's not kept under the hush hush.
Yeah, because that's the only way that we're going to see any progress. Coming from a school that didn't do that, they didn't have any seminars or anything, and I went there my entire, like, for 12 years, so from first grade to senior year. It would have definitely been very helpful in terms of, for a lot of us, how to treat each other, how to treat ourselves, but we didn't have that at all. So naturally there was a lot of bullying, and there was a lot of bullying in terms of friendships and all that stuff. Personally, I had people who, like, were not the nicest, but they were friends of mine, so naturally that they, when you would go to the teachers or her, they'd be like, oh, it's okay, you guys are friends, you're just having a fight. And that's kind of the same thing with the whole Uncle Bob situation. And that definitely doesn't help anyone. So,
We
yeah.
can't turn a blind eye anymore because it's in our face right now. So it's given to us to really do something about it, and that's really standing up and really not pacifying these people. Of course, there's a way of doing things. You don't want to kind of become the bully to the bully.
Definitely, yeah.
But you want to be assertive and stand for the right course of action, because then we won't have any progress, and it's going to be always some type of victimized situation.
Yeah. I feel like that's, it's important to do whatever, it's important for everyone to do whatever they can to to make this not
Stop
be a thing.
bullying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's, if to you that's cutting out the toxic people in your life, then you do that. Or if it's realizing, hey, this is not a good environment, then that's
right.
you do whatever that you need to do. And
everybody has the right to have a good environment that they can actually be happy. So if a person is not giving that to you, that there's a way of handling that, and it's sometimes we have to kind of clean our surrounding circles. Sometimes it's just we don't have compatible people. We got people from different walks of life, and that is cool, but it has to be a safe environment. It has to be a healthy environment. It's another thing of identifying what exactly does that look like, because then we can go into situations where we don't really know what healthy relationships look like. So we have to really educate ourselves and educate the people around. And I feel like in the work field and in the schools, we should have more workshops on what does health look like in different faculties.
So I think it's very important to just be aware of your surroundings and be aware of yourself. And one more thing is that if you have been bullied, or if you are being bullied, or if you know someone that's being bullied, please reach out to someone you trust, or do something that you feel comfortable doing. Like, don't keep it to yourself, and know that you're not alone, and that you are loved and appreciated. And please just stay strong. And
you are a beautiful human being.
It does get better, I promise. But I think that is a very positive way to end this episode. We good? I think that just just remember to be kind to yourselves and be kind to the people around you. And just stay safe and happy and healthy. I feel like we say that a lot, but that is the
recipe of life.
That's the recipe of life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and then comment down below whatever you want to comment. Just chat to us in the comments. Let us know what you want to see in future episodes, or what what your thoughts are on what we're talking about, or just anything. Just comment, just say hi. We love reading your comments and responding to them. So and until then, we love you guys, and we will see you all next time.